I'm not sure if
You're all witnesses.
forgot there's real people here. The other side of it, normally we would see the captions go.
Yeah.
Captions stopped. And when the captions stopped is when it would got me concerned, and now they're back up again, so maybe that's what started it, I don't know, I'm sorry.
Not your fault, Alex.
Do you want to check with Deb or somebody or else?
I did, I've been texting people.
Okay, cool.
Didn't hear some good ones. Hopefully they can, in fact, my phone. People have been crying to tell me.
Microphones. Are we getting microphones back?
Yeah, Mr. Zatlin, do you have anything to share with us this evening?
Madam Vice President, no, I'm all good tonight. You have our fire report and we'll move on from there. Thank you.
Great, thank you very much. As before, the fire report is in your files. Nothing from the building inspector, correct? No? Woodland Hills EMS is also not here. We just talked about Wilkinsburg, Penn, Waterbury. Woodland Hills School District, anything there?
They
And the
have
library.
a agenda or legislative meeting happening tomorrow at the Borough School District. Meeting will be held at their district office at 7 p.m. So I plan to attend that. And I will have a report for the remainder of council following that meeting.
Great, thank you. Okay, and we have a report in your binder for the C.C. Miller Memorial Library, all right?
Madam Vice President, just one thing, Woodland Hills, I'm not sure if everyone knows, Woodland Hills is having their annual, I'm not sure what they call it this year, it's the diamonds, chocolate and diamonds kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
It's the Woodland Hills Foundation, their annual banquet. I believe it's, sometime next week, I'm not sure.
Okay.
The tickets are still available through, you go through the website on the
Right.
program.
You can go to the website to get that information, okay? Let's go to our council committee reports. Management and government, since our fearless leader is not here this evening, do you have anything to offer? Okay. We've been busy, but you'll be seeing the report in the binder. Finance committee, our finance chair is resigning this evening, and we've accepted his resignation. I believe that you have
Yes.
been appointed.
Yes,
right?
I've been appointed chair.
Okay, any comment you'd like to make? tonight?
No, I have to touch base with Alex so we can meet and catch up on things.
Okay,
Looking forward to it.
Yes.
moving right along. Public safety, I chair the public safety committee. Our committee met in January. We are meeting again tomorrow. What we are discussing is, the structural, the managerial issues in our public safety departments. So we're looking at tightening up the process and procedure, and with the goal of making a publication for public by the end of the year, which is a public safety manual for the borough of Churchill. So that's what we'll be working on. So that is available to everyone by the end of the year.
Madam Vice President, I have a follow-up for the Public Safety Committee. I think it was before the new year, we were talking about hiring and looking to test for police officers.
Yes.
And I know there's a number of council people that had questions on what our typical staffing looks like and overtime spend for the police department. I think Jay had mentioned he was gonna coordinate that. Do you know when we can expect those reports? I haven't seen them yet.
He has some of those figures in particular. Where we are at this moment is, I'll just speak to this. You may have seen in the paper, all police departments or most police departments are very challenged at this point filling positions. There are fewer and fewer people who are going into law enforcement as a profession. Therefore, really, for the first time in Churchill, we're having challenges trying to attract candidates as well. This is a joint effort through the COG, and I know that testing is going on now. And we will be looking to, we're approved in the budget and otherwise to get an additional police officer. And, we'll see where we go from there. I think that it's not finalized, Matt, how many people we're going to end up having.
Right, but I think the question was, prior to hiring others, what our current staffing look like, our normal kind of scheduling, because I know one thing the chief brought up was the number of kind of one person shifts.
Yes,
And we'd asked about seeing that detail and haven't seen that yet.
yeah, I understand.
So do we know when that might be available?
I think that has to do with whether or not we're going to be able to get another officer and when. Because that changes the staffing pattern.
Right, but I'm talking about the staffing from back in November, December, when we first had the conversation, not what our future is, but where we're at right now.
Perhaps the mayor could speak to that.
Or we could talk to the chief and, push him along with the more.
Okay.
Some kind of report.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks for raising that. Let's see, infrastructure, speaking of,
So I think, since the workshop meeting, we don't have any additional updates for infrastructure. Yeah, Dennis covered that, we're working on paving projects and our other contracts, so we'll have.
We do have, we're going.
Oh, sorry. Jump in, Alex. Yeah, there is news. I apologize. I forgot already.
So in the Pittsburgh Post Gazette, and then we'll do it as well online, the bidding for the ADA accessible restrooms here, as well as the additional locker room. And I think March 14th is when those bids would be opened. I believe, I'm not sure. I don't want to be quoted on that, but it'll be soon. So please get the word out to contractors. Because it's a federal program, there's things we need to do with bidding, and as well as the Davis-Bacon wage rates will have to be adhered to as well. So it's a great project, and hopefully get some great numbers, and we'll be able to get the project going and complete it maybe in summer or the end of this year. I'm not sure, but hopefully we'll get moving on it. So it is getting on the street.
Wonderful.
big stuff to do. Streets, and people always love us when we're doing street paving. So I'm thrilled that we're putting those bids out and so on. Okay, communication committee.
Nothing since last time we met. Our next meeting is next week. The new residence packets have been out, right?
Very good.
Thank you, team. No new updates.
Newsletter items when we do March.
Oh, you know what? Thank you. I actually put that on my list. They are due in 3 weeks. March 1st is when the spring 2023 newsletter articles are due to Alex. So if you have any fun, kitschy things you want to talk about, council people, please send that over to us. And if you need topic ideas, he also has this awesome list of topic ideas.
Okay. Again, we have volunteers who do an awful lot of work on this, and we're grateful. We're very grateful.
Very good. And to add to that also, it might be worthwhile mentioning that the welcome packet is not strictly, while it's designed for new residents, is also available to any resident of the borough. So once it's up and going and prepared, it will be online so that you can go on and access that document, just to go through, refresh yourself, whether you've been here, one month or, 10 years.
Mhm.
And you can still take a look at it, see what's there, and it will be, like we talked about, it's a living document. So it's gonna kind of keep growing and evolve and change. So keep touching base with it.
Yeah, absolutely. They'll be on the website for everybody to see. And I think last time we met, I had mentioned, and this was Matt's idea of putting it a QR code. Maybe some people may not want to have a packet and a stack of papers at home when the mayor goes to visit them. But at least they'll be able to scan that QR code and have it right on their device, which would be nice. So
And that team that worked on that, you yourself,
incredible.
Ashley and Allison.
Ashley now, yeah, they did
They did
the heavy lifting. They
Yeah.
truly did.
Well, that's terrific. Climate action.
I think Deb's gonna jump on if she's able. Otherwise, I'll mention it.
Okay, do we have you, Deb? Yeah,
I'm gonna slip back into attendees.
we lost her.
Oh, she's right there.
There she is. We'll promote her.
Okay.
1 second, Deb.
This is Deb Cassini Klein, who is a member of our council, who is not in the country, but she's trying to connect with us.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you. Thank you. So
Yay.
much.
Hi. Yeah, climate action. I'm now the chair of climate action now that Adam has stepped down. And Matt, Brooke and I are going to regroup in a couple of weeks or so and carry on what we were already doing. There's some things in the works we need to talk about. There's a ban on plastic bags coming down the pike, not in Allegheny County, but in the city of Pittsburgh, and it will affect our residents some way. So as soon as we get all that information, we want to get it out to our residents. But there are some other things we're going to be working with, so I will probably have a better report the next time. And that's about it for now for climate action.
Thank you, Deb. Thanks so much for making the effort to be with us this evening.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
Something for communication.
Yeah, go ahead.
I forgot to mention something for communications. Savvy Citizen, if you have not heard of it, it is the tool that we use to communicate with residents to push out meetings and events that are happening here at the borough or nearby. So if you have not signed up for it, please do. It is an app on your phone, or you can go online and get text notifications. And if you have any questions, just shoot me an email. I'd be more than happy to walk you how to add that on your phone.
Okay.
So for climate action.
Think so, yeah.
Yeah, okay. The next one is the ad hoc deer committee. The council had a deer committee 4 years ago. There was a lot of research done, and coming out of that committee's work, the recommendations were not firm, not clear. So we're revisiting the deer issue. It is a concern for many, many people in the borough. It is a concern, every municipality that I know of. There are no easy answers. We can't snap our fingers and fix that, but we're going to delve into this deeply again. There's been progress made in the last 4 years in terms of what the options might be for communities. At this point, Matt and I are taking on that responsibility, and we're set to have our first meeting next week. And all I can say is wish us luck, and we'll get back to you. We plan on providing a plan. The president has charged us with the responsibility of both short and long-term planning. But we are going to make sure that that is fact-based. We're going to be going to the best researchers in the country, to our state agencies, to academic institutions, to communities that have attempted various solutions and how well they've done with that. So wish us luck, and we'll be getting back to you on that. Okay. You want to go around the table? Any comments that anybody has? Brooke?
I would just like to encourage members of our community to apply for the vacancy that we have here on council. Do not allow your political party affiliation to deter you from applying. We welcome all voices, all perspectives. It's very important to be an active citizen in your community. Your voice is required and it's needed in order to secure our future as the Churchville Borough. So please apply if you have not. If you have any questions about time commitment or process, we are all available to answer those questions, to share our personal perspectives and insights. So please apply.
Thank you. Yeah.
And to that point, I agree with all of that you said, and I actually participated, how I got on council is through that. There was an opening, there was a seat opened, and I went through the process. So I have a little bit of an idea of what it is to go through it that way. So if anybody does have questions, I am available to chat about the process and my personal experience through it. but definitely echo what you said is we need people and we want you to participate and we want your voice to be heard and, yeah, enjoy this. And I'm sad to see Adam go.
Yeah,
Also sad to see Adam go.
Mr. Mayor,
Thank
anything
you.
else?
Yeah, well, first of all, Adam leaving is gonna be a big blow to us. And a good member of the team, all around, especially with the environmental part, really into the environmental part of our community. So he's surely gonna be missed in his position. But I wish him well in his new, his new home and the new family. So we wish him the best. I also wanted just to touch base with, some things going on in the rec board. I sat in our meeting the other day. They are planning a dinner coming up soon. It'll be a community dinner. I believe it's at Asti Steakhouse, which is the former Grandview Golf Course. It will be there. There's a lot of things going on with that. And then we got coming up Easter time. The Easter Bunny will be be visiting the borough in April, and then we'll take her around to the residents in the borough. And also, as far as it is August 12th, is going to be our community day. So there's three big things coming up, in the immediate future with the rec board. And I have to say, setting that meeting the other night, they do put an awful lot of time and effort into putting this all together. And the dinner, if at all possible, you can make it that evening. It's a great time to come out, meet your neighbors, mingle and enjoy the evening. A nice dinner they're going to prepare for us over at the Asti Steakhouse. And just one last thing, not anything related with the borough, but the Churchill Wilkins Rotary is having their annual golf outing May 30th. It's over at Edgewood Country Club. So the golfers, everyone likes to golf. Edgewood Country Club, one of the premier golf courses. I just read in Pennsylvania, if not in this eastern region. I'm not a golfer myself, but don't let it deter you from not participating, because we have a great dinner afterwards. So you can sign up for that as well. So when I have more information available, or just contact anybody.
Alex, anything else?
Just one additional thing, our chief is not able to be here tonight. He's attending the viewing as a part of the officer Slagowski. I think I'm pronouncing his name right, I'm probably wrong. But anyways, he died last Monday in an incident with a person who was suffering a mental health crisis, according to investigators. A tragedy for that community, and our officers will be involved in this funeral tomorrow. For those of you online who missed the mid part of the meeting because of volume, literally council read what was on the agenda. Second motion passed, read the script. So I apologize for that. If you had that, you can follow along with what we had there. Everything was passed.
I just,
Don't forget about that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, Deb, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Deb, you have anything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just want to add one thing to what the mayor said about the Churchill dinner. The date is Sunday, May 7th, with details to follow. Before COVID, we used to do this every year, and we'll get information on our website, on Facebook, and other things. So there will be a limit to how many people, but we usually get a really nice crowd, or we did in the past. So there will be details coming soon, but the date is Sunday, May 7th. So mark your calendars now, and we'll get more information soon, how you can pay for the dinner and what have you.
Thank you, Deb.
Thanks, Deb.
Yes, thank you, Deb, very much. I just had, Mr. Counselor, do you have anything that you'd like to say?
Madam Vice President.
And no discussion about games or anything? I would just like to say a couple things. First of all, congratulations to Ashley Brown and to James Williams. We very much appreciate those additions to our operation here. I also would like to say that this has been a very difficult time these last 2 months for law enforcement officers here. In both cases, these individuals were known to members of our police force. So keep them in your thoughts and your prayers, please. I would also like to say that we've had a rough few years for a variety of reasons, and coming out of COVID, being able to hear about, Community Day and, the wine and dine and having people here in the room and all of that. I want to say to people who might be considering the appointment for the council, don't take what you've seen the last 2 years as the standard for what this council needs to do. We're getting back to normal, and so don't be dissuaded. Come and talk to us. We'd love to hear from you. So with that said, if no one else has anything else, then we will adjourn the meeting. Thank you.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.